Okay, Nicola, the stuff about Bonanza, now that you've set it up, obviously the first thing you want to do is you'll want to transfer all of your eBay listings over. So to do that, there's two ways of doing it. Well, the easiest way is just here, sell on Bonanza once you've logged in, and import from eBay. Okay, it'll take you to a page asking you what you want to import from, obviously what account. So when you add an eBay account, it's obviously your eBay like account name, whatever that is, and it'll take you over to eBay and make you log in to get the information. Okay, and these are just asking you, do you want to discount? Now, wait a second. No, just leave that as it is. Once you import the items, one of the things it's going to ask you is whether or not you want your items to go live immediately or whether or not you want to review them first. It's up to yourself, but I would advise you to review them first because some of mine didn't correctly import over, indeed some of them didn't import at all. So just check the amount of listings you've got before you transfer them over and see that that's the amount that transfer. If not, you need to look to see what ones haven't. Some of them, for example, I had a few listings where there was like 3 different colours. It only imported over one colour. No, it imported the listing correctly, but there wasn't an option for somebody to pick the colour. So I had to take that listing off and add it manually myself. Okay, so once you've imported the listings, it takes maybe a few hours, depending on how many listings you've got, of course. But I took all mine off after Christmas because I knew I wasn't going to be advertising most of the items again in the new year. So I took it off altogether rather than just put the booth on holiday. And when I came back, I imported it all again once I'd started taking off all the Christmas listings, and it only took about half an hour that time. Okay. So after you've imported them, then the first thing you want to do is you want to say how much commission you want to pay, because obviously the commission determines how much advertising Bonanza is going to do on your behalf. Now, I know eBay do advertising on your behalf anyway as part of your fee, but here you get the option to decide how much advertising do you want to do. Now, there's obviously different levels. The disable advertising gives you a fee of 3.5%. Now that means it won't advertise anywhere at all. Only people going into Bonanza and searching will find you. The one that I've just selected the economy one, which will advertise in Google Shopping, so you have to select that. And the Find is a site, I think I told you about it before, that if someone's trying to find a baby stroller, for example, they can go into the Find, type in baby stroller, and it'll pull up, just as it would on eBay, all the stuff and where it can be found, and a link to click right to it. So if you've got a baby stroller advertised comes up in the Find, then the price and everything will come up, and the click on it will bring you over to your listing. Okay, the rest of them, it really just as you see, it just gives you access to additional things for advertising, right up to Bing ads. Okay, now I wouldn't advise you going to any higher than that, because Bonanza affiliates program, if you're not an affiliate of Bonanza, then it's not a concern to think about. And as far as eBay is required, that's whether you want your items advertised on eBay as one of those items you see at the bottom of other sellers. If you go into a listing, you'll see similar items and it'll be other people. Sometimes that's external sites, which of course this is, but you don't need that because you've got them on both sites anyway. Okay, and as far as advertising on eBay is concerned, it's really not worth the money to pay the additional like 3%, because you're not going to get any worth out of it. Okay, so that's set. Then that will advertise on Google Shopping and in the Find, and obviously anytime somebody's into the Google Shopping option in Google, then you've got an opportunity coming up there. Okay, so That's your imported items and your advertised items. After that, if you want to have a look at your account settings, this is your setup stuff. Your account information, okay, pretty basic stuff. Okay, I'm not bothering over that with you. Your buyer settings is you as a buyer. What do you want to happen with your Bonanza account? Do you want any related items viewing at the bottom of your pages? I've switched mine off. I've got it switched off on eBay as well because I don't want when somebody clicks on my item for them to be reminded that there's other people selling it. They then start clicking away from your page and you could lose the sale. So I always switch it off. And of course, the person could be advertising at a slightly lower price than you. Show product reviews. I've got that switched off as well. I know product reviews are useful. But I have noticed sometimes product reviews don't always relate just to the product. They sometimes relate to problems with that, the model number that they've received. Now, on a site like Bonanza and eBay, somebody might have ordered think they were ordering a particular model from the picture, and that's not the model they got, and the review might reflect that, and it might be a negative review. Not necessarily will it be that, but I switch them off anyway. If somebody wants a review on something, they're going to go to somewhere else and find out the review about it. Okay, and I've set the default pages, okay, to 100. Okay, your seller settings. Now, I have put information in here because I've got a fictitious address in the US for my eBay account. Now, I put mine in here. You can try it. I don't know whether or not it'll allow you. I think it allows you just to leave it if you want. It's up to yourself. If you're wanting to leave it, then obviously people don't know where it's shipping from, which is beneficial as far as dropshipping is concerned. However, you also know that some people look to see whether or not someone's from an area, like same state as them, because they think they're going to get it quicker. And they search on eBay based on that sometimes. It's really up to yourself what you put in there. Your PayPal, because that's the method that you're going to accept, it's your PayPal account obviously. You can't accept credit and debit cards because you don't have a merchant's account. And any other settings. Now, the email address for buyer inquiries, now that might be the same as your PayPal. Mine isn't. I've got an email address that's just for eBay, for anybody who wants to send me any messages, and for me sending any people messages out with eBay. So if you've got another email that you want the message sent to, then just put it in there, or just put your PayPal one in again if that's the one you use. Click on the when I approve an order, send them an invoice automatically. Now, I know people usually pay when they make the order, and I've got my eBay listing set that they can't complete the sale unless they pay, but that option isn't here to click. But what you want to do then is you want Bonanza to automatically send an invoice for payment if they don't pay. Okay, so notification preferences, there's lots of information in here. Most of it doesn't really relate to, so have a look at it to see what's here. All this hand-picked lists and collections, it's a little bit like, it's that combination of eBay and like Facebook, a social media site, this, because there's like chat pages and things, and that's what all this relates to. The only thing I've definitely turned off is the newsletters because there was too many. But what I did turn on was to receive updates for sellers from the Bonanza support team, because obviously you want to know if there's anything related to how you're selling. Okay, I've switched chatting off. I've left this on, the Bonanza rewards and Bonanza badges. The Bonanza badges are a bit like the badges that you've got on eBay, like a power seller or the coloured diamonds that people get. It's like that, which you want to leave on, because obviously as a seller, you know, once you've made a sale, you want it to be showing on your booth, as it's called here, that you're an active seller. Okay, I think I've just checked through. There's anything else here I checked. Yeah, I've left that on, a reminder to leave feedback, but I normally do it as soon as I get one. No, I think the rest of it is just, you can leave that as it is. But have a look through it yourself. Other options, the quick text messages. Okay, I think that only applies if you upgrade your account, because it's not something I've used. And also, I don't use the chat facility in here, which is where the quick text messages are going to be appropriate. Yes, I want people to know when I'm on Bonanza, okay, because if you're on Bonanza at the time and there's a seller got a question, you'll get an instant question from them on the page. Unlikely it will happen, it's not happened to me, but of course I've left it on just in case. I do want people to see my profile because I want them to see where I'm based. If they're wanting to make a decision on where they're buying based on someone's in Texas, for example, then I know I'm not shipping you from Texas, but you know that person thinks you are, so it could get you a sale based on that. Later on, if they think it's coming from Texas and it's not, I don't know how you inform people. Thing that I send my all my sales a separate email, publicity email, in order to try and get them to record me as one of their favourite buyers, favourite sellers. But in that, I reiterate the shipping conditions and also the fact that I use suppliers from all over the US in order to try and get them their item as quickly as possible. It's just so that it minimises the amount of people coming back and saying this has came from somewhere else and I've discovered that it's a different price. You've told them that at the outset, that you use other suppliers. I don't tell them where, obviously, I just tell them I get it from different suppliers. And that's maybe why you want to leave that on in case they want to purchase based on where you are. Okay. Right, I think that's everything on that. Okay. Once we've done that, then you'll import your stuff over, and what will happen is when you go into your booth, you'll get a message here. You'll see here, the distance is unknown, so people won't, you might want to leave it. That's up to yourself. You'll get a message here and a banner saying that your items aren't currently showing to anyone. So click on update your booth in order to display them. Okay, that's the same as you'll get when you transfer the stuff over from eBay if you select that option. So assuming that everything is showing, then I'll let's see how you actually add an item later on. Because obviously as you add items to eBay, you want to add them here as well. Okay. Now you're obviously not going to do an import every time because it takes too long, and also I have noticed it imports duplicate as well. This is the other way to import items if you want, if you want to do that first or use the first option. It's irrelevant, it does the same. So add an item. Now all you're doing here is copying and pasting your item obviously over from eBay as you're adding new listings. So I've just made one up here. Just gobbledygook. My title. Same as eBay, 80 characters, but the one thing you do have to check is the characters. You'll see will go above 80. Right, you might not notice it changes colour because it'll cut them off, so make sure that you're below 80. Photographs. Now as far as Bonanza is concerned, because it does it's heavily dependent upon advertising to get people to come to the site. They do advertise obviously on the Find and other places, and for you obviously the Google Shopping channel page. So you want to maximise the chances that you are going to come up when somebody puts a search in to Google. Now when you're carrying things over, now you might want to slightly change your title based on what you find out at this point. Now when I go through all this, it's going to look as if it's a lot of work. It isn't really, because remember all this is just copy and pasting stuff. You're really just doing two more things on top of it. You want to just verify your title is correct for Google, and you want to change the name of your picture to reflect it matches your title, okay, when you carry it over. So what I would probably advise you to do is go in and set up a keyword planner account. Doesn't cost anything. Keyword planner is Google's for people who advertise in Google and take out ads and pay for them. This is what they provide for people to decide what's the best way to advertise a certain item. Now, give me a second. Take it back to the beginning. Okay, so once you set the account up, it's obviously it's free, it doesn't cost you anything, but allows you to use the Google Keyword Planner to try and target your titles. Now, for example, if I'm selling a double baby stroller, then I might come in here to look at what's the best words to try and advertise this in Google. So if I put like a double jogger stroller, these 3-wheel things. Okay, now here yours should be set. I had to change mine because I'm in Brazil, but yours should be set to United States. If it's not, then just make sure you change it. I know it should be set to English. Get ideas, you can forget all the rest of them because they're only for more detailed advertising. I'll load up all the information. Now, because it's for advertisers, it's looking at like advertising ideas, but you just want to make sure it's clicking on keywords. And here's all the keywords that it comes up with. What you'll want to do is to decide, are any of these the most popular, are any of these the best, the first 3 words. So if I was to take double jogger stroller, because that's a keyword, and put it in here. Now you're not looking at how many people search this, you want to look at double jogger stroller. You'll be using Google on this, and you'll click on the shopping to get the information when you put it in. I have to use Bing because Google Shopping doesn't work in Brazil. It only gives Brazilian stuff, but I want the US. So you'll see what comes up here is these are all the things, these are the adverts that people have paid for, and of course at Bonanza are paying for some adverts, and sometimes your items will come up on these, and it's showing you the sort of prices that are coming up. Now what you're aiming for is to try and get the first 3 keywords with items that come up that are more expensive than yours. Okay, obviously they're not all going to be, but you know, the first couple, you know, because you're wanting to maximise the chance of somebody picking yours when they're set against other items. I think what I had there was when I was checking it earlier, something about combi stroller. Yeah, I think it was called a double combi stroller. It must have come up the previous search. Okay, you see on the search for double combi stroller, they all come up as 700. Now it might not be a double combi, excuse me, combi stroller per se that you've got, but your description is going to show and your pictures are going to show what's for sale anyway. So this is only a title we're talking about and the name of the picture. So here, this is one that I would probably use if I was selling the item I'm going to show you. I would call my picture a double combi stroller because the chances are, if mine is only $300 and it comes up amongst all these at 700, somebody's going to look at yours and say, oh, that one's only 300, let's have a look at that, if yours comes up here. So you're maximising the chance of, if you do come up on a search, you're going to be the one that's going to get picked. So it's irrelevant how many people search for this, because when you see here, like some of these are 2,000, but that first one I did was only 260. But if that brought up a lot of images and stuff for sale at $700, then that's the one I would use, because I'm not interested in how effective it is for people searching in Google. I'm only interested in the correct things coming up when people look at the shopping, what's available. Okay, so that's really just to get the first 3 words of your title and also to get the name of your first image that you're going to carry over. So here I would change this. I mean, this is not for this, but obviously I would change that, let's say, to double combi stroller. Remember, I've just copied and pasted this over. I'm just changing the first 3 words, and then when the image, maybe that's what I've got it called in eBay. So I might change the name of that just to double combi stroller. Okay. Always put these little dashes in the middle, otherwise it'll just read as one word in Google. Okay, and then my first image then is the same, it's the first 3 letters, which increases drastically the amount of traffic that you potentially can get, because your image name matches the name of that, meaning that the image will come up on here. Excuse me. The image might come up here based on that name, and when you in Bonanza, your image is going to come up, your name is going to bring it up as well. Okay, so you just go ahead and add your pictures as you would, you know, there's nothing about drastic about that. The rest, this is just your item details, which is mandatory here. I know they're not mandatory in eBay, you don't have to put the additional item details, but you've got to put them here. So baby strollers, and then you get the normal stuff, you know, brand up to yourself. I don't always put the brand in. Condition new, colour will just be black. If you know that, put it in. Yeah, and that's your item descriptions, and after that you're just copy and pasting then everything that you would have in your eBay listing, whatever that is. So I keep going to the wrong thing here. When you click in here, it doesn't copy and paste exactly everything. You'll see it takes you to here, unless you've got a MacBook it will, but paste, and what it won't do is it won't retain, if you've got colours, if you've got your in different fonts, it won't change it. You have to do it individually here. When you want to do it, I just leave it as it is. I know for some of my eBay listings I've got YouTube promotional videos for the item. You know, if it's a well-known item, then I'll put in the description a short video that's in YouTube advertising the item. They won't carry over here, but you don't have to think about it, because it'll carry over what it can carry over, and the rest it just won't do it. Okay, your shipping, same as eBay, just specify, you know, what shipping it is. You don't have to put in where you won't ship to, as you do in eBay. It just you won't ship outside the US. But as far as where you ship to in the US, this lower 48 states and combined shipping, then that's probably in your item description as it is in eBay, so it'll carry over when you copy and paste anyway. Okay, after that, just your price, whatever it is. Okay, and remember to take this off, price negotiable, unless you do use that. I don't want them to send me offers, because it's just a waste of time getting into the bargaining thing. And particularly here, because it happens here a lot, the first transfer over of stuff, it transferred over with price negotiable on them, so that's one thing you might want to change, go through and take them off if it is showing that, because I did get one person haggling me on the prices, and I'm not interested in that. That's the price and that's it. Okay, here how good a listing it is, that increases really based on, like, if you've got more pictures, it goes up. It's just for your own information. If you put the brand name in, that sort of stuff, you know, it'll increase that, but it's irrelevant. It's just, if you know your listing's okay, it's okay. Okay, so that's your listing listed. It'll get added. It'll automatically go live because you've already put your booth live. So in order to check, see, that's all your items that are available. Okay, you'll see there you go, free shipping and your price. If you wanted to amend that listing, there's your reminder that you still haven't selected to put your booth live, so it's not showing to anybody yet. You would have to return to it and click the button that says it's put it live. I don't want to put it live because this is I've only set this fictitious up to show you how to do it. There's your excuse me. There's your listing as you put it on, all your category and your information. Okay. Now, if you want to edit it, then you'll see here there's an edit, and I'll just take you back to where you were. Okay, to change it. That's the quickest way to edit. For example, the price. If you're changing the price at some point of a listing that you've got on eBay. If you want to delete an item, you have to do it over here, add or delete items. You'll see, there you go, edit, delete, duplicate, delete. Okay. Okay, there's only one more thing I'd like to show you. What you will get is you'll get an email from Bonanza if somebody buys something. So obviously you come into Bonanza, and here's the recent sales, and here it'll have what it is. Okay, down below here all the sales that you've had. So the item would be shown down here, and there'll be a little thing, a little icon saying, because this is the only way you can get the address, print shipping label, and it'll call up the details as though you're going to print the label. Take your details from there, and then obviously don't print the label in order to do your sale. Okay, also in here will be the little thing to say that it's been shipped, to add the tracking number. Okay, whenever you get a tracking number, you go in, you just go back in here, add your tracking, and the feedback thing is here as well. That's if you select from here. You can also get it from down here as well. Okay, items sold. I think that's everything. If there's anything that I've missed, then just send me a message. Otherwise, just fool around in it and have a look yourself at what's on it. Okay. I know it looks quite daunting in the beginning, particularly when you've got this additional information to do, but trust me, this only takes a few minutes. Going in here, putting in your first 3 words of your title. If it comes up with great things here, then fine. If it doesn't, then have a look at some of these other ones, change, and then maybe see what comes up and change the first 3 words of your title and the name of your first picture, and your additional pictures if you want to. You know, if you want to use some of these other keywords and they fit in to the way that you've titled it, then that's fine. Okay. Right, so as I said, contact me if you need any advice on it, okay, or you get stuck in any way. Okay, bye now, good luck.